Well, the New York Africa Film Festival opened this week. For 25 years, the festival has honored African cinema and given a voice to artists, activists, and filmmakers from Africa and the diaspora. Among the films featured this year is director Appoline Traore's Borders, a road movie that explores the friendship of four women traveling by bus through lush West African landscapes and the dangers they encounter on their journey. To tell us more about the festival, Appoline Traore and VOA reporter Arzouma Kompaore join me now live from our New York studios. Good evening, both of you.
Good evening.
Hi. Now, I want to start first with Appoline, if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yes, it is a very exciting film, this, The Borders. But tell me first, what prompted you, what inspired you to write and direct this story that actually takes actors from different countries and takes them on a journey?
Well, the first inspiration for me was actually to do a first road movie that we haven't actually seen in West Africa. And also we talk about our community saying that we can travel freely from one country to the other. But when we get to the border, it's something else. It's very, very problematic. And also when you go to those borders, when you go to the bus, most of the time you will see women that are on the buses traveling. And on the road is so dangerous because you can encounter so many things. But those women keep doing it because of the freedom, because they want to support their family. And I think it was so inspiring to me to show the stories.
And you actually take them on a real journey in that you filmed on location. How challenging was this, and why did you decide to do that?
Well, a lot of the time people tend to say that Africa is one country, and they do not make the difference between all the different cultures that we have. So my main thing was first to show, because we started from Senegal all the way to Nigeria. For me, we crossed actually 6 countries, and I wanted to see the difference of the location, the landscape, the clothes, and the culture. So that was something important to me to show in the film.
In terms of the harassment, the sexual harassment part of the women, was this something that perhaps was inspired by the talk of Me Too movement, or was it way before when you came up with the idea?
Yeah, actually it came before. I talked about it before the Me Too movement, and actually when the Me Too movement came, it was right on the spot because I already talked about it in my film and how the women are exposed in their work and how they're exposed in the road, and actually no one is doing anything about it because they get raped on those roads and the authority know about it, but no one is doing it. So the film talked about it before, and then after that the movement came, and so it was right on.
Now, if I may turn to Arzouma, reporter there. Arzouma, you've kind of seen whatever is being displayed there. What are you getting the sense of how many films are coming out of Africa that perhaps people don't know about?
So thank you, Vincent. It's about 60 movies total that are going to be shown during this month-hold showing. Actually, the festival itself runs from May 16th to 22nd. But the special hat tip to African filmmakers, key figures of African filmmakers actually started with this documentary on Abdurrahman Sissoko, this famous director who is Oscar-nominated movie Timbuktu, was seen everywhere. So the documentary is made by Valerie Woussouf. And there's also another very interesting documentary made by Jibril Job Mambeti, who actually documented the making of a movie by late Idrissa Ouedraogo, and the movie is going to be talking about it as well. So it's among a couple of those elements that personally I'm very excited to be able to watch,
very
because
quickly,
those movies are not seen everywhere.
Yes, they're not seen everywhere, but what is the motive? What do they do? Are they discussing quality, or are they just discussing the variety of movies that are coming out of Africa?
So it's first an opportunity for the diaspora to be able to see movies from the motherland, and also allow people in the world, and especially in America here, to see that. It's been 25 years now that the festival is running. So the formula has always been on emphasizing on the quality of the story and not that much on the production, like the founder of the festival, Mehen Bonetti, said. She really wants people to connect with a honest story first, and then the production and everything else is gonna follow.
Okay, I want to end with Appoline. If I may ask you one more question, as a movie director, what do you see as the future of African film? Are we about to make a leap and become the next Hollywood?
Well, and I think, first of all, those festivals that we go to, it's a window. It's an opportunity for us to show what Africa is actually, a story made by African to the world. So showing, for me, to have the opportunity to be here in New York to show my film, I think it's so great, and it's giving me the opportunity to show America, to show the world, my country, my culture. So I think that we are in the rise of African film, and really, hopefully, in the next 5-10 years, we'll be taking Hollywood.
we hope so, and really commend you for doing such a wonderful job of that movie. I want to thank both of you for joining us today from New York. That's Appoline Traore, who's a film director, and Arzouma Kompaore, a VOA reporter, coming to us live from New York.